my uncle decided to open up a restaurant in Toronto for one reason or the other, I don't really know, in Chinatown. There's not enough Chinese people to work because there was a big gap, there was a big void, there's hardly any Chinese people. So they have a hire white people to work in the restaurant. And it just so happened that this woman worked in Uncle Joe's restaurant. Again, this guy, Uncle Joe, he must be a woman killer. And this woman, he liked Uncle Joe. And then the other two partners also liked that girl. And so, because of the woman, the partners began to crack.
The partners are fighting over this woman.
Over a woman, yeah.
A young woman?
Young. Oh, I don't think Betty was any more than about 19 or 20 years old in that time, from Montreal. And Uncle Joe was already in the 40s. Big age gap. But she liked him. And then, because the woman, all these partners began to first, just keep it in low key, and then finally just explode. So I said, okay, let's break up. So, okay, Uncle Joe, you buy my share and I get out. So they took Uncle Joe's share and get out. And then Betty says, I go with you. Oh, shit.
So true love. She left the restaurant.
Uncle Joe, Betty, and my father, they all left together. Now, okay, here is Betty.
Oh, wow.
And here's Uncle Joe. And they were all together in the picnic. The Chinese people pretty much been isolated in our society at that time. Right? So they have to be very united with each other, help each other, and organize things or whatever. And that's Betty.
What's Betty?
Yeah, she always looking after the kid while my mother and my father work. She's quite a I don't know. In the old days, the white woman don't even want to look at the Chinese man. This lady, she just keep going. And not only Uncle Joe, she's willing to look after the kids.
Yeah.
That was 1952, I think. And he opened up a big. In fact, it's one of the best Chinese restaurants in Windsor in that time, called Lotus Garden. Lotus Garden, yeah. This guy, Uncle Joe, I don't know, his personality just like a magnet. He just attracts all the neighborhood people. The barbers come to his cafe for lunch. Doctors, lawyers, business people, store people, clerks, they come to Uncle Joe's place to eat. Same old thing again. My father look after the kitchen, he look after the dining room, and Betty's always there too.
By now, Betty was considered part of the family. Because I know when I first met her, she was Aunt Betty.
That's how much this woman loved Uncle Joe. There was a Hungarian guy, Hungarian Canadian, he worked in Ford Motor Company, and I guess he too liked Betty, so he had make up any excuse to go to Belmont restaurant to eat lunch, dinner, and always talking to Betty. And then finally, he asked Betty to marry him. I guess Betty, Uncle Joe's old man, and this guy is in his 20s, He's a pretty handsome guy. Anyway, his name is Johnny. He's a very, very nice guy. Very, very, just like Uncle Joe. Same old thing. Very, very nice guy. And so finally, he talked Betty into marrying him. And he married Betty, and it didn't last any longer than about 4 or 5 months. And she just says, I cannot leave Uncle Joe. I got to go back to him. And he come right back to Uncle Joe. Well, this is Johnny, Betty's husband. This is Uncle Joe, and I think in that time Betty went to Johnny's when they got married. But even after Betty came back to Uncle Joe, and she still come back to our place all the time. We have a little banquet or party. The stairway got a little bit of a rundown, broke down. He's pretty good on doing all this handiwork. I said, "Oh, get Johnny over," and he came over and he do it for nothing. Yeah.
Even after Betty left.
After many years, they still have very, very good friendship between each other.
That's so weird.
Amazing. And then went back to Uncle Joe until the time both died. It's incredible. I mean, I've never seen a woman like that.
It's like a great novel. I mean, this would make a movie or make a novel. It's true. That's the thing, and yet it's like a movie.
Oh, God, yeah.
And they were separated by culture, age, at a time when they could not get married.
Yeah.
I guess.
Was there any thought ever of Uncle Joe wanting to marry her, or anything like that? Or do you know of?
The Y nation you can only just live together. I know in Windsor there's quite a few Chinese end up that way. Yeah. I don't think it's coincidental. It just happened. You can say the divine spirit guide these people together. I mean.